You don't believe Lamine Yamal can be the next Pelé. I don't blame you. You've seen too many wonder kids disappear, you've heard too many hot takes, but here's what you haven't seen. An 18-year-old who already has more league titles than Ronaldo Nazario.
Lamine Yamal. He's broken all the records in terms of youngest to play in La Liga, youngest to score, youngest to assist, youngest to play for Barca.
A teenager whose market value just broke 300 million. A left foot that makes defenders look like traffic cones. The 2026 World Cup is weeks away. Spain is loaded. And if Yamal lifts that trophy, your disbelief won't matter. History will remember. So stop scrolling, stop doubting, and listen, because I'm about to prove why this kid is different. Lamine Yamal is 18 years old. Let that sink in. He is still eligible for the under-19 team, and yet he is currently the most valuable player on the planet. According to the Size Football Observatory, his market value sits at an eye-watering 343 million euros. That is more than Kylian Mbappe, more than Erling Haaland, more than Jude Bellingham. And he is not just expensive, he is producing.
This kid is unbelievable, not only his defensive work, when he has the football, reading the game, the rhythm that he plays with, he knows when to go fast, when to slow down. He's playing like a vet.
This season alone, across all competitions for Barcelona, Yamal has scored 23 goals and provided 18 assists in just 44 matches. That is a goal contribution every single game. He has already won the La Liga Player of the Month award 3 times in a single season, a feat that even Lionel Messi never managed. And just a few weeks ago, he helped Barcelona clinch the La Liga title, meaning he now has 3 league trophies before his 19th birthday. To put that into perspective, Cristiano Ronaldo won only 2 La Ligas during his entire 9-year spell at Real Madrid. Yamal has 3, at 18. But none of that matters if he cannot do it on the biggest stage. And the biggest stage in football is about to arrive. The 2026 FIFA World Cup, hosted across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, is the largest, loudest, most chaotic tournament in history. 48 teams, 104 matches, billions of eyes. And Spain, the team Yamal leads, has everything to prove. The last time Spain lifted the World Cup was 2010. That is 16 years of hurt, of near misses, of tiki-taka nostalgia fading into memory. Now, a new generation has arrived, and at its heart is a left-footed winger from Rocafunda who glides past defenders like they are standing still. So here is the question that everyone is asking but no one wants to answer too early. Can Lamine Yamal become the next Pele by winning the 2026 World Cup? Notice the phrasing. Not can he become a great player. Not can he win a Ballon d'Or. Those are almost certainties at this point. The question is whether he can step into the specific, sacred shadow of Edson Arantes do Nascimento. To answer that, we have to understand what made Pele. Pele won his first World Cup in 1958. He was 17 years old. In the semi-final against France, he scored a hat-trick. In the final against Sweden, he scored 2 goals, including that famous lob where he flicked the ball over a defender and volleyed it home. He became the youngest World Cup winner in history, a record that still stands today. He then won again in 1962 and again in 1970. 3 World Cups. No other male player has done that. Not Maradona, not Zidane, not Ronaldo Nazario, not Messi, only Pele. So when we ask if Yamal can become the next Pele, we are not asking if he can be very good. We are asking if he can win multiple World Cups. And that journey starts in 2026. Right now, Yamal is 18. If Spain win the 2026 World Cup, which kicks off in June, Yamal will be 19 years old. He would join Pele in the most exclusive club in sports, Teenage World Cup champions. But that alone is not enough. Because Pele did not just win 1, he won 3. So the real argument is not whether Yamal can equal Pele in 2026. He cannot. Pele had 3, Yamal would have 1. The question is whether winning in 2026 would put him on the trajectory to eventually match or surpass the king. Let me give you the optimistic case. Yamal is already, statistically, ahead of where Pele was at the same age. Pele did not have modern sports science, global scouting, or the tactical sophistication of today's game. Yamal is breaking records in the most competitive league in the world. He is doing things at 18 that Messi did at 22. His decision-making, his composure, his ability to drift inside and shoot with either foot, although he favors that magical left foot, are all developing at an unprecedented rate. If he wins the World Cup in 2026, he will have a legitimate claim to be the best teenager in the history of the sport. And from there, with Spain's golden generation emerging alongside him, players like Pedri, Gavi, and a host of new talents, he could realistically target the 2030 World Cup as well. That would be 2. Then 2034 would be a stretch, but he would only be 26. 3 World Cups is not impossible. It is merely astronomically difficult. Now let me give you the pessimistic case, because we have to be honest. Pele played in an era where the gap between the very best and the rest was enormous. Today, international football is brutal. France has Mbappé and a factory of elite athletes. Argentina still has Enzo Fernandez, Julian Alvarez, and a winning mentality. Brazil is always Brazil. England, Germany, even the United States are improving rapidly. Spain, for all their talent, have not won a knockout World Cup match since 2010. They were knocked out in the round of 16 in 2022 by Morocco, of all teams. In 2018, they lost to Russia on penalties. The pressure on Yamal will be immense. Every defender will try to break his legs. Every analyst will scrutinize his every touch. The weight of an entire nation will rest on his 19-year-old shoulders. Could he crack? Absolutely. Many have. But there is something different about Yamal. When you watch him, you do not see nerves, you see joy. You see a kid who genuinely loves the game, who smiles when he nutmegs a defender, who hugs his teammates after every goal. That is the Pele quality. Pele played with a smile. Maradona had rage. Messi had quiet determination. Ronaldo had obsessive discipline. But Pele had happiness. And Yamal has that same lightness. It is impossible to fake. That is why so many legends, including Neymar, have gone on record saying Yamal will win 3 or 4 Ballon d'Ors. Neymar knows the pressure, he knows the talent, and he sees a reflection of something special. So let me give you my answer. Can Lamine Yamal become the next Pele by winning the 2026 World Cup? If he wins in 2026 alone, no. One World Cup does not make you Pele. Many greats have one. But if he wins in 2026, and then leads Spain to glory again in 2030, and perhaps even 2034, then we can have the conversation. The key word in your question is buy. Winning in 2026 would be the first step, not the final destination. It would be the 1958 moment, the arrival, the announcement that a new king has entered the arena. But the coronation would take another decade. However, let me not be a coward. I will make a prediction. Spain has the easiest group in the 2026 World Cup. They will cruise to the round of 16. From there, the path is dangerous, but not impossible. France and Brazil are on the other side of the bracket. Spain could realistically reach the semi-finals without facing a top 5 team. And in a one-off knockout game with Yamal on your side, anything is possible. I believe Spain will reach the final. And in that final, I believe Lamine Yamal will do something unforgettable. He will score. He will assist. He will lift the trophy. And on that night, July 19th, 2026, the world will officially ask a question that has not been asked since 1970. Is this the next Pele? He will not have earned the crown yet, but he will have earned the right to wear the cape. From there, it is up to him. Will he have the longevity? Will he avoid major injuries? Will Spain continue to produce talent around him? If the answer to all of those is yes, then yes, Lamine Yamal can become the next Pele. Not by winning 1 World Cup, but by starting his journey to 3. And that journey begins in just a few weeks. So watch closely, because you are about to witness something rare. A teenager who is already better than almost everyone, a player who smiles like Pele, dribbles like Messi, and shoots like Ronaldo, and a World Cup that will either make him a legend or break him like so many before. My money is on legend. Let me know in the comments if you agree. But remember this moment, because when historians look back at the 2026 World Cup, they might just call it the tournament where the next Pele was born.